This week on The Aviators, we take viewers inside the cockpit during an airshow performance to learn the importance of what is and is not said. Then join the conversation as our three hosts wrap up their debate series by discussing their favorite general aviation planes in our third installment of Hangar Flying. For regular viewers of our show, the GEICO Skytypers likely require no formal introduction. But for anyone still unfamiliar with the Skytypers, let's quickly bring you up to speed. This world-famous acrobatic flight squadron has specialized in wowing airshow audiences across the United States for over 40 years with their dynamic performances of precision flight maneuvers. While this description alone may seem characteristic of multiple aerobatic teams on the airshow circuit, the Skytypers, along with their 6 Navy SNJ-2 aircraft, are actually the only civilian World War II squadron flying in the world today. What further sets the Skytypers apart is their signature, so to speak, of producing computer-generated digital messages, which effectively create giant billboards of smoke in the sky. With letters reaching up to 1,500 feet in height, making them as tall as the Empire State Building and visible for up to 15 miles in any direction, they have a knack for making an eye-catching impression wherever they appear. In past seasons of The Aviators, we've looked at the history of the Skytypers team, their military style of precision aerobatics, and Curtis has even taken to the skies with the team to learn how to fly in formation. This time, however, we're going to take you further behind the scenes for an up-close look at the mechanics at work on the day of a Skytypers performance. From the execution of their aerobatics in the cockpit, to the individuals connected to the team from the ground, helping to ensure that each performance is a safe and seamless exhibition of aerial entertainment. Paramount to the success of any Skytypers performance is the element of communication. And while the bulk of the action clearly takes place in the sky, the bulk of the communication actually occurs outside of the performance itself, beginning well before the team members even take flight, with a pre-show briefing. Led by Commanding Officer and Flight Lead Larry Arkin, the pre-show briefing gives the team members an opportunity to familiarize themselves with the unique characteristics of each airshow. An especially important variable given that no two air shows are ever quite the same in either their physical layout or in their operations.
We have two white tents with red tents next to them. That is show center.
While the team's aerobatic routine has been established and fine-tuned over their 40-plus years of flying at air shows, with each new performance comes the opportunity to make further refinements. Guided by footage that they capture to document each Skytypers performance, the team is able to walk through the previous performance and identify any areas that, for either practical or aesthetic reasons, they need to adjust for the show ahead.
So the discussion came up of what are we using for marks here, because this should have been symmetrical. If these guys moved out, one could argue that they're in the right place, but I disagreed. I said they're still too far back.
You start tighter like this, and then all of a sudden it goes bang like
That's
that.
what I like.
You know what I mean? As opposed to a little bit wider and it goes wider.
So I like
like
item
lower.
2, vertical diamond.
Yeah.
Instead of the diamond being here, okay, we're closing the diamond so it's more of a diamond. So the you guys are in tighter, not as wide.
Okay, same height, but in.
Item 3, and I wish we could see it, I roll and pull. So let's try today to roll 15 degrees and then burst, and that way it looks like we're all going wings different directions. And I'll remind everybody roll pull. Okay, so everybody just roll a little bit and then go for your maneuver.
Yeah, think that way. Think roll.
But you're going to pull right in front of me.
Okay, so let's try it and see how it looks. I think it might look like good.
That's good.
The briefing also allows the team the chance to review the pertinent radio frequencies they will all monitor in the cockpit. This will enable them to remain in sync throughout the execution of each successive maneuver, which Larry will call out to the team. These frequencies will also connect them to such ground-based individuals as the air boss, whose oversight of the air show ensures the safety of the performers in the sky, while providing a necessary flow of information to the air show's announcer narrating each performance, and thereby guaranteeing a seamless flow of entertainment to the audience below. Once the briefing is complete and a sufficient amount of time remains before the start of their performance, the Skytypers assemble on the ramp next to their aircraft, where they further cement the choreography for the show ahead, physically walking through their routine one maneuver at a time. If any minor kinks remain in their choreography, this would be the time to work them all out. As their start time draws near, the Skytypers will finally climb aboard their SNJ-2s, dial in their radio frequencies, and prepare for their formation takeoff. Once in the sky, the team ascends to a predetermined altitude where Larry will await word from the air boss, in this case Wayne Boggs, that the previous act is complete and the Skytypers can now make their way toward the airshow box, the carefully defined parcel of airspace within which their entire performance will take place.
Contact 1, boss.
Go ahead, boss.
Yes, sir. The airspace is yours.
Okay, stand by. We'll give you a 2-minute warning for narration.
Roger.
With the performers box clear and ready for their entry, Larry leads his team toward their stage, while making sure to give the air boss enough warning so he can extend the communication to another important part of the airshow experience, the airshow's announcer. At this particular show, the narration duties are being handled by veteran announcer Sonny Everett, who will introduce the aerobatic squad to their audience and provide a running commentary during their performance, giving a play-by-play of the maneuvers being performed in the sky, as well as providing context as to the significance of each particular maneuver.
Hey, boss, narration can begin.
Roger.
Begin the narration.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GEICO Skytypers welcome you to the Virginia Beach Patriotic Festival Air Show.
Once the performance is underway and the announcer begins to provide a constant stream of narration to the crowd below, the other lines of communication, namely that between the air boss and the Skytypers and between the Skytypers themselves, is surprisingly sparse. For the air boss, the less that is spoken, the better, as he's aware that any unnecessary chatter to the pilots in the sky has the potential to disturb their concentration. With this in mind, his role shifts to a nonverbal one, with his focus set on keeping his eyes and his ears open in case anything should strike him as concerning or simply out of the ordinary. For the team above, as evidenced by the first command given by the lead Skytyper of "Smoke on now," his role is to give his teammates a precise, timed verbal cue to carry out each of their maneuvers, actions which themselves have been practiced to such a degree that their execution is akin to second nature.
Power back. Power set. Left turn a little north.
Beyond the words themselves, you may have noticed something rather unique about how Larry delivers his commands. Since a Skytyper's routine places so much of its emphasis on absolute precision, each command is assigned a very specific cadence so that the maneuvers can be executed based on the sound of the command alone, while the rhythm of each command's delivery ensures that the execution of each maneuver is timed for maximum synchronization among the team.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
While the formation aspect of their performance, during which the aircraft fly a matter of feet apart, is impressive enough, the Skytypers strive to make the routine even more dynamic, as illustrated by the point when numbers 5 and 6 break away from their teammates to perform solo routines, while their 4 peers continue to fly in tight formation.
Solos release and smoke on now. Solos, smoke off.
With this being another example of the Skytypers' minimalist approach to mid-flight communication, it's no less than astounding to watch as each of these solo aircraft manages to cross a seemingly endless amount of open airspace to once again join his partner aircraft in formation within a number of feet, all while following the utterance of a few simple syllables from the lead.
Pulling out, go fan formation, confirm a right. Smoke on now. Fred formation now. Easy. Maybe right. Smoke off now.
As the performance finally comes to an end, the air boss is once again channeled into the dialogue, taking note of the Skytyper's altitude and position to ensure ample space is provided for the next performer on deck.
Skytypers coming around from the low pass to the north, and we'll reverse to the south behind the crowd.
Thank you very much, and I've got Big John Cladd holding behind me at 3,500 feet. Outstanding performance, Larry.
With another performance now part of the team's long and celebrated history, the squad takes the opportunity to congratulate each other on a job well done, while once again demonstrating that when it comes to the GEICO Skytypers, as with any successful team, although it may not always be evident, an emphasis on communication can never be overstated.
That was good brief, good communication, and a really, really good ride. I was real proud of that.